Hello and welcome back to another one of my knitting podcasts videos, and it has been quite a long time since I last posted. It hasn't been that long since I last filmed, but we'll get into that a bit later. But I really have been waiting to talk about this finished object. So I had almost finished in my last episode, but it wasn't, and now I've had this finished for maybe about a month, and I'm so ready to talk about this. So this is my finished Windemere sweater by none other than Wallin. She's the queen of colourwork, okay? So this is a all over colourwork sweater that I knitted, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's my favourite sweater that I've ever done, and like, of course it is. It's so beautiful and it fits so nicely. Last episode I was thinking, I don't know if I said, but I was quite worried about this armhole situation. I was worried that this kind of fold would bother me, but it's a drop shoulder, so it is gonna have that kind of a fold there, and if I would have wanted to get rid of that, I would have had to do some shaping. So the pattern itself is a very simple construction. It's just 4 panels knitted, one flat, so they're just rectangles. There's no shaping at all, which is easy to do. So it's a good beginner colourwork sweater project, but it's not so because it's knitted flat, and that takes a long time to knit, and I would say it's easier to knit in a round colourwork. So I've mentioned the kind of construction that I modified this to be in my previous videos, and I wrote quite comprehensive, or I tried to write quite comprehensive and simple notes on my Ravelry about how I modified this. So it started bottom up and knitted, and I added armhole sticks, and then I did some short row shaping at the shoulders. So there's some short rows there, and then I cut the sticks and I knitted the sleeves from this point. So where the colourwork starts, I knit them this way, and then I in a round with 2 at a time, and then I cut them apart. I had sticks in between, and then there's a seam here in the underarm, and then I had provisionally cast it on, and then I knitted on this point on this cuff. So that's the breakdown. I'm sorry if it sounds confusing, because I'm not good at explaining this at all, but that's what I did. And in the last video I had the ribbing maybe here, yep, and then I decided to continue it, and now the length is perfect. I just love this. I've worn this sweater maybe like 3 times a week. I've worn it so much, I love it. It does peel a bit, not too much. I would just pick off the peels when they appear. Yeah, there's quite much here. I don't know, can you see them, but there's a bit of wear with this yarn, which I wasn't expecting because the yarn is so rustic. And these are the yarns that I used. This is vilnas fabrika 1 ply fingering weight wool, 100% wool, and this is tynn wool, 100% wool, both fingering weight. And I weighed how much I used of each, and that was of this main color 275 grams, or 960 meters, and then this contrast color, which is this beautiful color changing. So I think I really like how it changes the color. It creates that kind of a Fair Isle multicolor look without having to deal with a million bazillion yarns. So of this I used 143 grams or 572 meters. So, and these are sold in about 200 gram hanks, so I only needed one. And then I also wanted to calculate the price of this sweater, and you'll be flabbergasted. So I needed 2.75 grams of this, and that cost me €8.25, and then of this I used under one skein, and that cost me €5.66. So these are based on my usage of this yarn. So the total cost of this sweater, the amount of yarn that went into this, cost me €13.91. That's amazing. It was super affordable and just super nice. These yarns are so warm, even though it's quite thin. Like, of course the colorwork creates a double layer, but it's super warm. And I just absolutely love this. I've got 2 people complimenting on this that it looks very small, and my grandma said that it's like it's machine knitted, and you know, it's so nice. It's so nice to look at and think that I made this. It's my favorite sweater so far. So if you want to check more of the construction info, check my Ravelry. And I would say that don't be scared to modify patterns like this. This was my first time doing steeks and first time doing that all over colorwork sweater, and it turned out amazing. So that's it, and I love this. I want it so much, and it's so beautiful. It's just so nice. And I have worn it. I love Mary Wallin's pattern photos. Her sweaters are always styled with like a wool checkered skirt, and I actually sewed one full wool skirt for myself, and I love to wear it with this sweater. So I just adore this. It's my favorite, and I just love it. That's it. It's so pretty. And then let's get away from this. I have a few other finished objects, which are some Christmas gift knits, and I already gave one pair of fingering weight socks for my friend. I think I showed those in my 2nd or 3rd episode if you want to see them, but they were just vanilla socks, and I gave them to my friend yesterday. And the other ones, these I have already showed finished. Maybe, I can't remember, but these are for my brother. These are just some hand-dyed socks, fingering weight. These are done with an afterthought heel, because I had 2 mini skeins. That's why they differ a bit. They're not completely similar, but these use 1 mini skein of the fingering weight each. So I just needed a tube and then added the heels that way, and that was really nice construction to try. So these are for my brother, and then I needed another pair of socks. These are for my brother as well, my older brother. He's not older than me, but he's the older one than the other. I don't know. And these are just some, I think it's Aran weight socks. So these are knitted with Novita Venla 7 Brothers yarn, which is a very basic Finnish sock yarn. And I just used some stash scraps, so they have these stripes on the cuff, which is 2x2 ribbing, then a heel flap and gusset, and then the toes are, there's a blue stripe and then a black stripe. So I have none of this blue or green left anymore, which is super nice. So, and these I think I used, the yarn is 200 grams for 100 meters, so I used 3.5mm needles and 44 stitches, and that turned out well. I have previously always made these with 48 stitches, but I found those a bit loose, so these are pretty nice. And he actually asked me to knit him socks, which I was surprised by. So those are those. So just skimming through these. And this one is another Laulu shawl. I have knitted one before. Yes, and this is another one that I made. The last one I made it longer by adding some repeats, but this is done to the pattern exactly because I didn't have enough yarn to make it bigger, and this is for my grandmother. So the Laulu shawl is by Sari Nordlund, and the yarn that I used for this are, yeah, it is done with a fingering weight and a mohair. The mohair was tynn silk mohair by Sonneskorn, and then I think I grabbed the ball of sock yarn that I used, and I think I did. Let's take a quick break. The fingering weight yarn that I used is this durable yarns soqs, and it's just this fingering weight sock yarn that I used for this. And this is super fast to knit, and it is. I hope my grandma likes it. She likes to wear those like tiny silk scarves and tie them up front, and I think this could be worn like that, like this. I hope she likes the color. But yep, I love knitting these. I will definitely, or maybe knit even more. I love the ones I made for myself, which is a bit bigger. This is quite small, but I had 2 skeins of this, and I used 41 grams of the fingering and then 21 grams of the mohair. So that's that. And yep, this is gonna be a Christmas gift, and I have just wrapped these because Christmas is tomorrow. So here we have some gift knits. I think I like these, they're nice and small. Last year I needed a sweater for Christmas gift, and that was a bit stressful, but these I finished. I had all of my gift knits finished last week, so I had 1 full week to spare, so that was nice. And yeah, those were my finished objects. And I have some new cast-ons because I didn't have anything really fun on my needles for a few days, and then I decided to cast on something new. I actually do have another finished sweater, but I cannot show it to you because it was a secret test knit, and that's why I couldn't upload my previous filmed video, because in that I talked about the sweater and I showed it and all, because the deadline was supposed to be then, but then it got extended, so I still cannot show it to you, but I will show you the yarns very quickly. So it is a colorwork sweater, and this is the contrast color that I used, and it actually used only 1 skein, so I just had 2 skeins of this in stash. And this is by Petiteknit. It's a Finnish spinnery, and this is their eco woolen yarn, and it has these little specks of the recycled wool. It is 30% recycled wool and 70% new Finnish wool. So that was my contrast color, and then I used this Novita Venla, which is a sock yarn, but I used it in this darker color. I just wanted to show this full skein because this is what I have left, and I used 3 skeins of these and then under 1 skein of those, so it was a nice project, but I can't show it to you. Hopefully I can show it to you in not too far in the future. But now let's get on to my exciting whips, and the first I will show is the Stella quilt cushion, which is in this little bag that I crocheted some time in my life, and it's a pillow cover by Penrose, And this is what I have, so I have half of the front done. And I'm knitting this with, the base color is Schachenmayr Regia 4-ply undyed. So that's my white base color, and then I am using my Scrappy Advent Swap advent calendar for the contrast colors, and these I got on the first half of my advent calendar, and I haven't added to this in a while because I don't think the other colors I got really match with this. So I do have some of these. This is like a little variegated grey, and this is just grey. I think these would go quite nicely. But then I have like these crazy greens. I don't know, do they go with it? And then I have this kind of turquoise brown. Yeah, I don't know. And then this orange too. And then this color changing one. And then this other variegated hand-dyed quite turquoise wool. And I don't know, do these go with this? So I have to take some from my own stash. But the thing is that I have mostly green sock yarns, and I don't think, like, I would like to keep it like quite similar, because these are like quite red and purplish tones, and I don't have those in my own stash. I do have this one hand-dyed yarn that I think I will add. It's this kind of beige pink, but I don't know about the else. Then probably this grey I'll put. But yeah, I just don't know what I'll put into this. That's why I haven't really worked on it, but this is super fun to knit. And I'm using fingering held double, and I'm doing the Allen gauge one because I got the 18 stitches gauge. So that is what I'm doing, and it just looks so pretty. I love how it looks, and I can't wait to have it done. But yeah, I don't know about the colors yet, so we'll see. But that has been my advent project, and now I have opened all of my scrappy advent calendar, and it was nice. I mean, I don't know I got what I asked for, but they are nonetheless very beautiful. Beautiful yarns, even though they're not fully what I asked for, but it's fine. Yes. And I will definitely send my swap partner a photo of this when it's done. So that's I casted it in the beginning of December, when I started opening the calendar. So that's been on my needles for a while, and then I have a new garment cast on, which is a first new garment cast on in my whole knitting podcast era, because I haven't cast on a new garment, well, excluding my test knit now, but since September when I started this video podcast. So this is the Ava cardigan by Petiteknit, and this is the yarn that I'm using. It is Aade 100% wool 8/2, so it's a fingering weight, very rustic wool. And this is the progress that I have on this. So I have the yoke done, and I have separated for the sleeves. I think I will soon try this on, but I'll first talk about it. So this is the Ava cardigan by Petiteknit, and I'm knitting the size extra small, and the pattern recommends it quite heavy DK weight wool, like 600 grams of that. And I have maybe 500 grams of this yarn, and I won't use, or maybe use half of that, because of course it has more yardage or meterage, and this is very nice yarn. It is a perfect blue color in my opinion, and it's super nice to knit with, and I'm actually having perfect gauge with this finger weight yarn, and it's not see-through, and it creates super nice and lightweight fabric, but super warm because it's a rustic wool. So it's nice to have this kind of lightweight cardigan instead of that super heavy one that would have come out if I had used a DK. So this is super fun, and the construction is very interesting. It has this kind of a setting sleeve, I think it's described as. Yep, it was fun to knit, and it's fun to knit a pattern that I can just do what the pattern does. Like this I modified so much, but this I can just follow the pattern and it's fine because I have perfect gauge, which is super fun. This is just an easy knit, and I haven't knitted just stock in it in a bit, so it's fun to do this now. And it's quite fast because it's on 4mm needles. So yep, I will try this on now, but I will just look at this. It's so beautiful, and this ball was the size of my head, but I have used a bit of it now already. It's a lovely yarn. I really, if you can see this, buy it. If you can see this, buy it. I don't know where you get this online. It's my favorite yarn. But now I'll try this on. Okay, I just popped on a turtleneck top. Oh, now my yarn ran away. Yeah, I don't have a ball binder, so my balls are just balls. Let's try this on this yoke. This DK weight gauge, I guess, I don't know if this would be a DK, yeah, DK weight pattern. I'm not using DK weight yarn, but the gauge is matching the DK. They are super fast to knit for me because I have knitted with fingering for such a lot. This is what it's looking like. I just love the blue color. Right now it doesn't look that oversized. I guess they're a bit scrunch on the needles that stitches, but this should have quite a bit of positive ease, and my needles are 100cm. So yep, but it's gonna be so cute. So it's a V-neck, and there will be this quite thick 2x2 ripped bottom band, and that's the shoulder. I guess it looks very nice. The fit looks very nice. I like that the seam is here at my shoulder, and these kind of panels are rolling a bit. This will really relax with blocking. This is my gauge swatch, which I had done many months ago, but it's super nice. I can't wait to have this done. It's the first cardigan that I'm knitting for myself, and one of my plans for this winter was to knit a cardigan, and this will be perfect. It will look super nice with this turtleneck. It's just this dark blue turtleneck sweater or tee top. This will be super nice. I'm super excited for this one. And I bought this yarn in Estonia, and again this was very affordable. I think I paid 40 euros per kilogram, so these hanks are about 10 euros each. And again, I can, for rest weather, I need maybe like a bit over half. I don't know. Yeah, I will need more than this because I have actually already used this for some projects, and I will use the rest for a color sweater. That was a bit of insights, but this will be super cute. Very excited. Now let's move on from this one. Okay, I decided to keep this underneath this. I have styled it a few times with this particular turtleneck underneath, and it looks quite nice. But yeah, another whip that I'm gonna show you is some socks that I have had on the needles for a long time. So these are Petal drop socks by Florence Miller, and this is what I have. And I have just needed a bit of this. They will be finished someday. It's super fun and easy ways, but I just haven't touched. And this is this online linear supersocke 100 yarn. Hopefully these will be finished sometimes. Just don't want to show them. I think I showed this in my first episode and I was probably like here, so these haven't gotten a lot of knitting, but they will someday. And now let's get into the acquisitions. So after the last video we went to Estonia, and there I mentioned in that video that I want to buy some mittens. I didn't find any. I tried a few pairs on, but I didn't really like them. And yep. But what I found was yarn. Of course I found some yarn. We went to this handcraft boutique and I found some yarn. So first thing is this Aade one again. It's the same but this is H/3, so it's a 3-ply. This 2-ply. I just love this yarn. And this is like DK worsted. I get with 4mm needles I get 18 stitch gauge with this yarn. And this is 242 grams, and this cost me a bit over 10 euros, this hank. And I bought this to be a contrast color with this color changing yarn in my older sweater. This is gonna be nice, and now I have all the yarn that I need for that sweater in my stash. And I just love this yarn. This is the third time that I've seen this wool in person and the third time that I've bought it. So I've bought it every single time I've seen it because I just love it. And I don't know where to get it online, so I have to rely on just shops. So this is a Estonian company. It's produced and dyed and everything in Estonia, but the wool is from New Zealand. And I would say that the colors of this are beautiful. I don't know, can you see all the beautiful blueness of this blue, but it's just so heathered and a bit, it's not variegated, but it has like a different color wools in it, and it's just so beautiful. And I have knitted an orange jumper that I wore in one of my videos. It's also done with this 3-ply wool, and that orange is so pretty. But this is what I got, so that was for my older sweater. And then I also got these 3 cakes of this Shetland soft, so it's just a fingering weight Shetland wool. It just was like this. They're wound by the store, and it's 100% wool. I don't know about, this is like a number that tells you this 2/8.5. It's 2-ply, and then the 8.5 tells you like the meterage per like gram, maybe. I guess, but it looks like a fingering weight, and I just bought these to be, so I bought 2 of these navy ones and 1 of these grey ones, and I bought them to be some colorwork colors because I don't have these kind of colorwork yarns in my stash, and I just want to have a good colorwork stash, and these are very nice. These were about 2 euros each, and they're about 50 grams. These 2 are 55 and this one is 50. So those I bought there, and that was my acquisitions in Estonia. And I mentioned that we were going to the Christmas market. I didn't find anything there. It was quite busy and there was just a lot of glögg. I don't know what's that in English. It's glögg in Finnish, but I don't know. It's just Christmas berry drink, I think. but there was just a lot of that and a lot of people, and I didn't find anything there, and we didn't spend that much time in there. But then we went to the tunnels under the city. That was super cool to get to go there. It was like a museum, and then we just wandered around the city, and it was nice. Tallinn is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful city, and lovely yarns there. And then we were just at the grocery store one day, and this yarn was on sale, so I bought it. It's just a fingering weight sock yarn. I really like it. It's quite rustic. It's not a merino, so it's very nice. I really like this sock yarn. It's just wool and polyamide. Those are my acquisitions. Those were my whips and my finished objects, and I hope that this didn't feel rushed. I feel like I spoke very fast, and it's 2 p.m. right now, and the sun is setting in like 15 minutes, I think. It's already quite dark. I have my lamp on. I hope this lighting isn't too yellow or too dark. We'll see. So I filmed my video that I never posted about 2 weeks after the ones I actually posted, and then I was just patiently waiting for so I knitted for the Petiteknit, and I just waited her to say when we can share our knits. But then I had waited maybe a week after the deadline, and then she just told that the deadline had been extended, and that was a bit odd. I mean, that to tell that after the deadline. So I had finished it to the deadline, and then I found out later that it had been lengthened, and then I had already talked about it in that video, and then I was just patiently waiting for her to say it, and just like having that video there and being ready to press publish, but that day never came, and here I am filming a new video, but that's okay. But I had quite a bit to show you now, and it was nice to talk about my knits again, and I really love everything, and I love this yarn. Oh yes, and then this ending is super weird now. So to conclude that test knitting thing, I don't know, will I test knit again? I mean, I don't think I would get into many test knits because I don't have like a big platform on Instagram, but I already have 500 subscribers, so thank you. That feels super amazing and unbelievable. Thank you for that. This is not super weird, but yeah, test knitting, I don't know about it. I don't know how I feel about it, but, and yes, the lighting. So I wasn't able to publish that last video, and then I wasn't able to film because the sun sets at like before 2:30, so, and I am never at home before that, so during the week I cannot film because it's so dark. So, but now I'm filming a day before Christmas. But it's fine. I don't really have anything to do today. I'll clean just a bit still, but yep. And then I still have one thing to show, which is that I have on my hands, I have the new Sari Nordlund Softly. This is in Finnish. I think it's Timeless Knits in English. But yeah, this is not my book. I lent it from the library, and I have it for 2 weeks. So I will check all the patterns if I want to make some. I don't know, can I take photos of the pattern? Because I cannot knit them in 2 weeks and I have no yarn for them. So I don't know, would it be bad to take photos of the patterns, but yeah, this is just from the library, and it, yep, I had reserved it so that I would get it. This was actually shipped from another library to my library so I could get it, so that's nice. But I'm excited to see. I already skimmed through it but not very thoughtfully, and the patterns are beautiful, and I think I want to knit the scarf that has like the turtleneck and then the flappity flaps on it, because that seems super cool. But this super beautiful, and I cannot wait to start something, maybe, or just look at it and have it on my hands. But yeah, the libraries here do carry a lot of knitting books, and this also, so it's very nice to be able to lend it and not having to buy it. Yep, we'll see. But I just wanted to show you this because it is super beautiful. And that concluded, I think, everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, there is, I don't know how, right now I have I want to just buy all the yarn in my local yarn stores. There is this small quantity that I want to buy, and then I want to buy some yarn for a cabled sweater, and I already know what I want. And then Petiteknit, this company, is having 20% sale of everything. And then my favorite hand dyer will have a clearance sale on the 26th. So we'll see if I buy anything. I really shouldn't. But I just wanted to mention that. And if you, I think Petiteknit ships internationally. I don't know, but go check them if you're interested, and everything is on sale. They have their code in one of their Instagram posts. So if you want to use that code, that's how the discount is given. So it's in their Instagram, the code. But I don't know, will I buy anything? I really want to, but can I? But yeah, see you after Christmas. I think the next video that I'll upload is gonna be everything that I knitted in 2023. So we'll see you then. I'll see you then, and we'll see each other. So happy holiday time. Hopefully you have a holiday now, some time off from work or school, of everything, and just relax. Bye.